Hi, I'm Sam Soto, and this is A Second Reality. I've been fortunate to be in some amazing projects in my day.
Can you guarantee that? Can you guarantee it?
¿No hay dinero en México?
Same story.
For me? For you, Hector.
None of them will ever compare to the ones I was able to make, with a lot of help from my friends. I made a movie about expression. I made a movie about fear. I made an unexpected love story. And I made the funniest, most chaotic TV show I can think of.
Hey, let's get roommates who ruin furniture!
Oh my god!
They were escapes. And now I'm here, sharing my reality with you. Welcome to A Second Reality.
Boom. What up, everybody? Everybody, to all my perks and all my subs and all my people and my VIPs and my mods, welcome to the second production post-talk movie screening thingy-majig. We have Mallory and we have Camille right there. They're the two leads of the movie we're showing today. Last week we did Up in Smoke. You guys asked for more. So now we're going to show you more. This project is way shorter. It's like a third. It might be a sixth, the length of that one. So, with that being said, watch it, enjoy it. Hopefully you guys didn't go to YouTube and watch it because it's there. Enjoy it, think of questions, and after that we will talk to these awesome ladies. All right? You guys are good? Because if you're not here, because I'm sure people are late, you're screwed. Here we go. Here goes the movie. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Oh, there's a pretty girl. I ain't seen this story before. No. You see, that's Mary. And Mary, she's a bitch. I know what you're thinking. Let me show you. One, she sleeps way too much. Okay. I know I just lost all credibility. There's a cute-ass dog there. And dogs know when you're a jerk. But in my defense, that dog is just hungry. Starving, probably hasn't been fed in like a day.
I can, for real.
Why do dogs make people look nice and sweet? Which Mary is not. I remember thinking how amazing Mary was. But with someone so accepting of life, it's impossible for someone not to ruin it. She never asked for anything. Never expected me to be something I wasn't. She just wanted honesty. Honesty. The dying art. The older you get, the more people have to hide from it. It's the shortcut through the bullshit, and yet everyone is scared to face it. I remember the first time.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, Ryan. I'm working on the video.
Just stop. This isn't helping.
It will. I'm not even done yet.
It doesn't matter. You know people like to create their own narrative.
But I'm the narrator.
Oh, shut up. You know people assume if this gets out, they're all going to ask her a million questions without even knowing what's going on. And she's not going to know what they're talking about. Then it'll get back to you and it'll ruin everything.
I don't...
Not caring isn't always the answer. Can you just stop with the video?
No.
Trust me, drop it. This isn't going to get you what you want.
Fine.
What are you doing?
Nothing?
You're so bullshit.
Your mom told me he's making a video of me.
I needed to see what he was doing.
He's not doing anything.
That's Mary. And Mary, she's a bitch.
He's frustrated.
He hates me. He's trying to ruin me.
You're assuming. You weren't even supposed to see this.
Why?
Mary.
Ryan,
Mary, please.
what is he doing?
Oh man, this is beautiful. This is gonna take forever to pay off, but she's worth it.
So you think she'll like it?
Wait, have you not talked to her about rings?
No, I didn't ask her about anything. I wanted it to be a surprise.
Are you being serious right now? You gotta ask her about the ring. Like, you gotta plant the seeds, like, make a tree. Like, you have to find out if she's gonna freaking even say yes before you even get this. Like, this is super expensive. Like, I hope you save the receipt, because
You said it's beautiful.
it's freaking a shiny ass freaking ring. Of course it's beautiful. Look at it. But I'm not a jeweler. Like, what the hell do I know?
Shit.
Hey, can I be the best man? Can I be the best man?
Maybe.
Be the best man?
First, I should actually ask her to marry me.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. Like, you should. You know? Oh, I'm gonna make a video.
Oh, please
I'm gonna
don't.
get all the videos that I have.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure I can get yours from your mom because you don't share. Your mom loves me. And I'm gonna make a video. It's gonna be hilarious, and I'm gonna show it at the wedding. I'm gonna narrate it. It'll be amazing.
What is
amazing?
up with you narrating things? First, let's actually see if she says yes. By then, she probably won't even let you play the video.
Fine. Oh, I'm gonna call her a bitch, and then at the very beginning, if I call her a bitch, her family's gonna be like, "Man, this guy's an asshole." And I'm like, it's not. I'm not joking. It's funny. We're friends. Like,
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm just excited. Look at that freaking pew. It's super shiny.
Give me that.
You got this. Congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He can show the video.
Let me unmute you guys. What up, everybody? Now we have, that's the movie, chapter 32. We have Camille and Mallory. So, we're just here. I hope you guys liked it. Bradley said so cute. It was a cool twist. You like the twist? Thank you, Megan, for that. Adorable. Thank you, Emmy Cakes. I made that. When did we shoot that? You guys remember?
2 years
Was
ago.
it yeah.
2 years ago?
Well, more because it was summer 2018.
I think it was May or June. Yeah,
May or June?
May or June of.
You're right.
And we shot in May.
Because we were trying to hit a deadline for a festival that was happening.
Yeah, you
So,
called me like 12 hours before.
I did.
Yep.
I did.
The night before, and you were like, I need a male actor. I don't know what to do.
I totally gender bended the last second. You know? And anytime I
was like, I'll do it.
you were, and I was like, and I think I went, give me a second. Because every time some good idea happens, or a possible bad one, but my brain does like this, like the gears start turning, I always have to go, give me a second. And I walk away, and I just I analyze every thought process of the idea, every positive, every negative, and I'm like, does this make everything better, the same, or even partially worse? And if I even get partially worse, I will automatically just drop it and go no. And it's usually a gut. If it's like medium, then it becomes, well, technically we need someone and blah, 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 or whatever the situation is. But I remember when it became a gender bend. So Camille's character was initially, Ryan was supposed to be a guy. in the original version of the script, and I think the guy dropped out. I don't even remember who it was, but the guy dropped out. He got a big audition or something like that happened, and I was like, all right, well, we just have to cast this. It's luckily how the schedule was set was we shot it all in a day, and Ryan comes in the middle of the day where we do the scene with them two, and then Mallory goes away and we do the voiceovers. That's how it was structured. And then I remember going, okay, at least we have time because they don't have to be here till like 12 or whatever time it was, 3. And then
I can't remember. Yeah, it was in the afternoon.
Yeah, and you're like, I'll do it, and I was like, huh, give me a second. And then I did the whole thing. I'm like, well, why? Well, I don't care if it's a female. That's freaking brilliant. But then I don't want it to be like, oh, well, he did that to like do a red herring, because that wasn't the point. So I literally go through every like paranoia scenario in my head, to see the overall picture of does it make it better? Does it not degrade, but like make an audience go, well, he did this because of that, and any negative connotation or positive. And I always do that because I get very anal about things in my projects. And I remember thinking that for a while, and I'm like, if this works, this is going to fucking work. And I was so happy when I got, out of every movie I've ever made, this movie, the moment I had my first cut of it, that wasn't like official, I looked at it and smiled and went, I like this. And I never think that. Like I'm so paranoid. I'm like, it's not right. It's not right. And it's just me tweaking and tweaking going, we have it. This one was like, yeah. And then I just cut a couple things. So, to you guys.
Yay!
Touche to you too. But, yeah. What did you guys think? Like, it was such a weird, fast process.
It was. But I think that's what made it fun. It was like so impulsive and just like in the moment, and we're just like, yeah, let's do it. Like, we didn't have a set shot list. We were just like, what's available, what can we do? Like driving by Costco, we're like, hey, are we hungry?
Oh yeah, the Costco story.
We need to get a shot of you eating pizza. Hell yeah, we do.
Right after, what was it? That was after the beach, right?
After the beach,
yeah, because we were. What was it? We went to the beach. We shot the beach stuff, and then on the back we're like, it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
What do we want? We're like, Costco. We're like, yeah. And I think that's when I'm like, we're all eating. So it was before Camille showed up too, because you weren't even there yet. Like it wasn't even.
Yeah, no, I showed up later.
You missed the
I showed
Costco.
up around like 3:34 or something like that.
And I think we ate around 1 or 2. I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just eating, and I'm like, wait a second, keep eating. And I got my camera out, and I'm like, which I shot it on an iPhone too. I'm like, get my iPhone, this one ironically, get it out, and I'm just like, just eat. And I'm like framing it, like trying to get it so it doesn't say Costco anywhere, and like no one's face is in the way, so I'm like curving it, and then you're all hamming it. You're like, I was just like, all right, and then I'm like, oh, this works so good because it looks like a home video.
Pizza, Herb. That's just how I eat.
That's how you eat pizza. All right, well,
every day.
Everybody eat pizza like Mallory, because clearly she
gotta
knows
love it.
how to make it
You
look
just gotta
good.
embrace it.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
So what up, everybody?
Someone already asked, why is it called Chapter 32? Yeah.
Oh, that's the one question I get the most from people who see it. Why is it Chapter 32? And then I explain it, and they are like, all right. And they're not happy with it. So here's the story behind why it's called Chapter 32. Chapter 32 is because... No, it's not bankruptcy, Rob. It's not bankruptcy. It's not Chapter 32 bankruptcy. Chapter 32 is the age of the character at that moment. So if you think of someone's life, and they're like, their first year of their life is like Chapter 1, and then Chapter 2. Chapter 32, for Mary, is the moment, is the biggest steps happen. Her relationship to the narrator, so me doing the voice with the camera, the narrator, her relationship with him has never been as strong as his relationship with Ryan. But it's kind of like, we're friends, but you're really her friend, and I have to deal with it. I like him, but So it's the one where relationships kind of get twisted, things happen. She's happy, but she's scared to lose it. And in reality, it's when she got engaged and ultimately married. So it's the 32nd year of her life, chapter 32. I know it's not something as cool as like Ryan and Mary do things and watch a video and get upset about it, and then things happened. Like, I don't know. Like
of my character, yeah.
Like, what if you guys could? What title would you give it? If it wasn't chapter 32, I'm like, hey guys, I have the script. Here it is. What should I call it? Have you like
Mary's a bitch. I don't know.
What a bitch.
Mary the bitch.
Mary the bitch.
Do you remember when we went to the film festival and the moment that part showed up, it got real quiet and it became awkward giggles, and then I was like, this is great. This is what I want. It was that moment where you're like, and they're like, oh, this is just horrible impressions of like the whole like, blah, blah, blah. Like I did that knowing that people would be like, that's gonna diminish the quality, but it's like, no, it's a film within a film, you know? And then people are like, she's a bitch, and then I kill the audio. And so when we were watching it in that theater for that film festival, I remember going, and I hear some giggling, and I'm like, all right, if that didn't hook them to watch 4 more minutes or whatever long it is, I failed. Because that's a very specific statement about someone that the audience already is like, pretty girl in the beach looking happy. I like this character. And I quickly go, no! Who are you going to listen to? You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's why I like the bitch line so much. It would help if her age was mentioned in the film. No, it wouldn't. I think that leaves the mystery of it. Putting, hey, how old are you? I'm 32. Kind of is unneeded. It's not a feature. It's a short. You putting 32 can be hidden within a 2-hour movie, but it does nothing but tell you the title. And like, there's all those movies that are like, we're going back to the future, or like, you know what I mean? Like every movie tells the title of the movie. This didn't need that. Just
I
clearly,
think that's true though, especially when it comes to like shorts.
Yeah.
Where if you kind of spoon feed the title to people, it kind of cheapens it a little bit. But with this way, there is the mystery and people get to guess and whatever. And there wasn't a way to organically put it in the script, really, unless she was like, I'm getting married at 32, you know, like that.
It's my birthday. Why is this guy being a dick? Like,
yeah.
Ryan, help me. Get him out. It's my birthday. Like, yeah, and it can be her birthday because it's all encompassing of the year of her life, you know? So I chose not to. Trust me, it's something I thought of because no one knows what's chapter 32. And because it's such a little piece, it's such a little movie that literally only had these two ladies, me and Nene, doing it all. There was no one else. This was one of my small productions, but this one was one of those, like, I think that I didn't even send you guys pages. Was it like a text or like a notes? Like, I don't remember how I sent you the script.
For me, I remember I didn't get a script until I think the day of. You just kind of like vaguely explained what it was, and I was like, okay, I'm available. And then when I got there, it was like, okay, here's the script. We're going to read through it. And I was like, cool.
Yeah, I do that.
But I think it was on my phone. It was literally like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was on my phone. I didn't have it printed out. I got it like the day before, and it was just like more of a concept than an actual locked in stone script.
Yeah, because I feel like it worked for this one. It doesn't always work when you don't have a locked in script, but sometimes you're like, I have this idea, I have this feeling, it can work. And I personally think for this movie, this is one of my favorites, it works. So, and you guys got to improvise.
The only part that was really scripted was the part with between Mary and Ryan.
Yeah.
But other than that, like our scene, that was completely improvised. And then, as you guys were saying, the Costco thing and everything, that was improvised too. You guys were just like, oh, let's get these shots.
Yeah. The beach.
Yeah, like this scene where like I'm arguing with the camera or whatever.
Yes.
Where you can't really hear what I'm saying. Like all that was just, let's try it. Do it.
Yeah. I was like, hey, you're going to be mad at the camera. You're like, what? Why? I'm like, well, I'm thinking that this is going to happen.
My vision.
And there'll be one shot right here. It's one of those where it's like, and I think I do this with the smaller productions. I'm like, I have a script, which is really a lot of notes, but they're set up in a script form, and then we go, and I know this has to be roughly where it needs to be. This stuff can be played with, and then we play, and I go, no, that's not leading in the direction I need it to, or it is cool, but I need it quicker. This can't be 2 minutes. I need this in 45 seconds, but I need it to be not feel like it's going faster, and then we just play. Like the beach. I know I have a thing about like having a nice cinematic view, so that's why I wanted to start it with the beach, and we started with the beach, didn't color correct it, and just started it nice, and then flipped the script on it, Nene and all the films, it's possible, Yeah, wait, I put her in this, I put her in Peace, I put her in, what was the one we did before that? Dear. Was she in Dear? She was not in Dear L. Yeah. So yeah, guys, we're just here talking. So if you have any questions about anything, Megan, thanks for that awesome question. Keep asking questions. If I miss them, I will get to them.
I do remember filming on the beach, though, that you made me run up and down that beach like 30 times. So you're like, we didn't quite get it. Try it again. Because running in sand.
Are you talking about when you were running toward the water and we had it on the tripod? Are you talking about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was like, so I'll tell you my thought process, so you can judge me and hate me. I was like, I need her. I know I'm gonna start off with a shot from the back, with the oceans, and luckily there's birds there, so that made it 10 times better. And I know I was gonna turn to a close up of your face, peaceful. Because in my head it's like visual, then you go to what you're going to think is the lead, which you are the lead, but like a happy lead. You know what I mean? Which we totally make you that and not make you that. And then make it feel kind of majestic, where it's like you're like, but without it being corny. Like I was trying to figure out that balance of like, because there was a point where I'm like, I wanted like, I forgot what we had, but like I think you had like not a shawl, freaking, I don't know, fucking clothing names. You had something. I think we tried letting it. No, we had something. I'm confusing my movies. I think because I go to beaches a lot. Yeah, I think you're confusing it. Yeah, I'm thinking of the other movie. But yeah, I remember you running away and going, and I'm like, I needed something fun, which would change the direction of your character. But this is all happening within less than 30 seconds. Right. So it's visual shot, close up, happy, standing up, looking back like you're looking at someone, just a happy feeling. And then you're like, I don't know. I'm like, I know what I need. Because then when I hit the word, she's a bitch, after going, Mary's this and that, but she's a bitch. Like, to me, it was like, oh, wait, what the fuck? You just lied to us for the last 20 seconds. For the last 20 seconds, I felt this way. Reality, I never lied to anyone. I gave nothing but facts. So
favorite parts about like filmmaking, though, like being an actor and being a part of the creative process, is like seeing the finished product and being like, oh, that 3-second clip took an hour to film. It's like, oh, yep, that's what it turned into. But yeah, that's what I just love about the whole thing, is like, you never know how long it's going to take to get the shot, but once you do, then like it's in the can and it works.
It's also crazy that whole thing is 5 minutes, and we did it in a day. Mm-hmm. Like a normal production would not have done that in a day. Like we were like, all right, move on. This is important. It's like, what can we take time on? And I knew it was the beach, because that was the first image, and I knew it was the scene between you two. Because if we didn't have that moment work, it wouldn't have worked. Everything else is building up into a slight chaos. I see the movie as two pieces. I see it, the narration part, and then the relationship part. And so they're so drastically different. But I think that's why, in my opinion, this short works. It's like you present something, it looks dumb as shit, and then you get to the second act, and you're like, oh, wait. That's the video, but why is there a fucking video? So now you're like, this is still stupid. Until you realize, oh, it's the wedding video, and this guy's like the dumb friend who makes jokes about everything, you know? And it just turns this chaos into this beautiful moment. And I think that's why I love this movie so much. And I was like, shit, I can create shit like that? I didn't expect that. Fuck yeah. Like imagine if I had like the shit that I had when I shot the last movie I did, where now I have like a crew and people who just go, here's equipment. Like people like offer me equipment now. So like
Nice.
I don't have to
Yeah, we did not have that.
We did not.
No, we just had the iPhone. That's
we had
it.
the iPhone, yeah. That's it. And that shows you if you have a good a decent to good story and you have some talented fucking actors, you're fucking set. That's all you fucking need. Actors that can pull off your fucking vision, whatever vision it is, even if the amount that the filmmaker knows about it, because he might not know fully what's going on, but knows what it is. If you trust them, the odds are you have something good. But it does happen when you are like, this looks great, and then you see the execution, the final product, and you're like, ah. And it happens. Happened to me. I'm like, this is gonna be great. It's good, but I don't know what I did wrong. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. How do you guys feel about it? Now that you've seen it and, you know, there was an award ceremony and shit. Like.
And we won third place.
We won third place. Like, we did it just with no money. Just some pizza and some snacks and an iPhone. And going to the beach. And all in Nay's house.
You guys keep talking about that beach, and I feel like I missed out.
Well,
Next
I
time
was just running the whole time, so.
Yeah.
But I could have been chilling behind the camera.
You could have.
watching you run.
This is true.
But it was also the night before when I'm like, this is what we're doing. And you're like, shit. I'm like, you don't have to be there until like this time. But
No, and I don't think I could. I think I was
Yeah.
either, there was something I was doing that day. So it was like when you said you can be in this part of town at 4, I was like, okay, I can make this.
I can make this work. Well, now you have this, you know, you can say you're in an award-winning film. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna look at chat really quick in case I missed something. I'm sure it's just Rob making jokes.
I will just say I was a few weeks ago. A friend of mine from college is doing a podcast, and he invited me on as a guest. And he went on YouTube and watched Chapter 32 and asked me about it and everything, and as well as a bunch of other stuff too. But he made the point of bringing up Chapter 32, and I talked about it a little bit, and he liked it. And so he didn't know anything about it ahead of time, and he thought it was a really cool concept, and he thought it turned out really, really cool. So
yay!
Yeah.
Show all your friends.
Honestly, I think it became better because Ryan was a girl.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Completely.
Like the way I see it, I think if it had been like if you had cast a male actor like you wanted to originally, it would have been a great it would have been a cool short. But the fact that it was 2 girls, and that was like, some people might think, oh, you were just doing it for the twist or something, but it's like, no, it legit was, it could have been a very plausible situation.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing more and more stories like this, like LGBT stories that are just like real life.
Yeah.
And this was it. This was showing real life between a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I completely agree.
yeah, and the funny thing is the twist was never that it's a girl. The twist was the friend.
It's the wedding video.
It's the friend.
Yeah.
Well, it was the wedding video, but it was also this friend, because I was going to have it obviously be like a trio of friends. So it was going to be 2 guys and the girl. The one with the camera is one of the friends. And the peacekeeper was Ryan. Ryan was like, dude, calm down. And then, hey, he's just filming this stuff. Like, he just, like, let it go. You're fine. You know, I just wanted a guy to be like, you're fine, let it go. And then the twist happens. So the twist never had to do anything with the gender. But I think it did help it. Like, and I think that's why when we were like, let's gender bend it, I was like, I had to think about it for a while. I was like, I don't want people to be like, oh, you guys are just doing that to like for this or that or the other, or like LGBT, all of that. I was like, no, that was a fucking brilliant idea. And it
I
takes
think I had asked you something along the lines like, is there anything in the script that specifically says like Ryan's a dude? Like, was there something where it was like you talked about a bachelor party or anything like that was very gender specific, and you were like, no.
Yeah, you were right. I was like,
And
it
I
always
think
takes me a minute.
that is like also why it works though, is because you're not forcing it.
Yeah.
It's a normal everyday couple in this
Exactly.
situation. It could be literally anyone. It
Yeah.
could be a gay couple, a lesbian couple, a straight couple. It could be a trans couple. It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. It's just life and love. That's it.
Love is love, man.
Love is love is love.
Love has no gender. Love has no nothing. It's just love.
That's adorable.
You know what? Sometimes I come up with some cool shit.
sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes you got some gold, right? You got some gold.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So what's your do you have a specific memory, positive and or negative from, like,
I mean,
keep an open book of everything?
I just had lots of fun just because it was, I don't want to say rushed. That's not the case. It's not the right word. But like when I did show up, we had, we were rushing against time because of the light and everything. So there was no time necessarily to second guess yourself or to keep doing it over and over and over again. It was just like, all right, make a choice and go for it. And that was, I thought, was really cool. And yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
I like to put you on, put you at the tip of your toes. Like, what are you gonna do to Camille today? I don't know. Let's figure this out. What about you, Mel?
Yeah, I mean, the spontaneity and the creativity was like so much fun because I showed up with like half of my wardrobe, and you're just like, I love this, let's use that, let's not use that, let's do this. I'm like, cool. And then you were like, well, what do you think about this? And like, you really involved me in the process too. Like, sometimes directors have that set vision and like, I wrote this a certain way, it has to go this way, but you were totally open to me coming in and interpreting things and putting in my 2 cents and like really being a collaborative effort on everyone's part. And it wasn't a dictatorship at all. It was a group, and it was collaboration, and I really loved that aspect that made the time on set so much fun. And just as an artist, I love being creative, and I just love coming up with different things in the moment. And that kind of a project was just like so much fun to do because of that. And I got to play with a dog. I mean,
Chili's the best.
What better day on set can I have than have a fluffy animal in my lap? Like, seriously, I'm a crazy dog lady. I love dogs. I'm obsessed. I even brought my shirt to set that had a dog on it while we were playing with Chili. So, yeah, I mean, obviously that was my favorite part of the day. But, I mean, like I said, the community feeling of it was just, like, so awesome. And then Camille showed up, and we instantly clicked, and it was just like, yeah, let's do this. Let's hang. Let's make some art and tell a story, and let's do it. It was so fun.
Yeah, and I think it really worked. I think collaborating from everybody, as long as everybody doesn't take offense to like something being shot down and going, no, that doesn't work. Because sometimes it happens. People are like, oh, he doesn't like that idea. And it's like, no, it's really has nothing to do with the person. It's just that idea doesn't work in the mold that we're working at. So if someone's like, hey, I think this because of this, then you're like, yes. And that can pay off this. So collaboration is this weird thing where some people are scared to be a part of it. Some people love to be a part of it. And I think collaboration is a gift. Like, if I gave someone 100 pages of a story, I want them to go, this is what I think. This scene sucks. Because then I'm going to go, I'll probably be like, I've spent 3 years on this script. Why does this suck? I will always ask that question. I'm like, why does it suck? And if you go, it sucks because I think X, Y, and Z and this character and this this, that, and the other, I will literally be like, what? Go home and go, fuck, they're right. And I will go back and make it better. And that's all I ever want to do, make it better. Even if I look upset for like a good 5 minutes, you still made it better. So I'd rather everybody, actors, producers, even costume people, come in and they're like, hey, what about this? And I'll be like, no, I don't want this, X, Y, and Z. If everybody understands why something works and why something doesn't. I feel like it helps everybody get to a point where they're one step ahead when they have another 2 cents to throw in. You know? If that makes sense for anyone. So if like someone goes, hey, I want to wear this big, and this is an example. I want to wear this orange dress for this scene. I will look at it and be like, no, I don't want bright colors. The reason I don't want bright colors is I don't want this character to represent happiness or them to look this way. And then I will leave it at that. After that, you already know, don't use bright colors, and then you can narrow it down and then put another 2 sets in. And that's all I feel like it's about. Throw all your opinions, throw whatever she threw right now, and and then just add to it. I love when people add stuff. So you guys, thank you guys again for being in it, and thank you for
Thanks for
adding
having
more
us.
stuff. Like, that's great. I also, and Mallory knows this. Camille does not. So
what?
I'm writing a feature right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
The title right now is the
Chapter
current title.
33.
No. the title is The Lana Experiment. Right? So that's the title of this project. I've been working on it for a good amount of time, and then my hope was finishing it last year early and then shooting it.
Tu peux éteindre le son, s'il te plaît?
Camille doesn't know what's happening. Camille doesn't know what's happening.
No, sorry. I
No,
was
you're
just
good.
asking somebody. I
You're
was
good. It was
on
really
sound
funny.
And I was asking for sound.
The timing.
Non,
The timing was just
je suis
perfect.
pas au téléphone, je suis en train de filmer quelque chose. Sorry.
No, you're good. No worries. Yeah, so I'm writing a feature. That's the goal is it's my next project or my next 2 project. Within my next 2 projects, so hopefully the next, but maybe within the next 2-3 projects. I'm going to do my first feature because I got to do it before I pass away. That sounds really dark, but you got to do it before you die because I don't know when anyone's going to go, you know? So I have this feature, and the main character, his name's Freddy. How the script is at the moment, and I'm going to say at the moment because I am very comfortable cutting things out left and right. How I have it at the moment, Ryan and Mary are both in it. And they have a big part.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And this one, if you know anything about my bigger productions, Camille, I know Mallory does. My bigger productions are chaotic. And my bigger productions usually have a budget. And my bigger productions usually have my well-known actor friends or others. So
Let's fuck shit up. Let's do it.
that's the goal for this one. The last one was the only one that was like a big thing was Up in Smoke. Mallory knows about it because she was a part of that. That one was chaotic and very anal, and I learned a lot about it. It's not perfect, but it's a fun little thing. This one is going to be a feature. That thing ended up at 40-something minutes, and then we cut it down. It ended up being 20 to 22 to 30 minutes. This is going to be an hour and a half to 2 hour movie. So the script has both of them. There's at least, at the moment, 4 scenes, I think, with both of them. And as I'm evolving this, because it's not their story, but they are friends with Freddy, which means Freddy is the narrator. So this is the narrator story, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So this is almost a sequel to Chapter 32 without it being a sequel. Like, it's a story about this one guy. There's a little bit of sci-fi in it. It's telling this story with this guy dealing with this. But then Mary and Ryan come in that are his only friends and have to kind of help him and then help him. And then what I literally just figured out is I can play with their relationship within this. Because the whole thing is about relationships. To a degree, it's about relationships. So at the moment, I say at the moment, operative word, they are in it. That can change, and they can be completely written out because I have written out characters already. I've deleted 9 pages of the script at one point. I went back to it and went, no, delete.
Yeah, no,
And I did that. So I say that with a grain of salt, but just so you know, at the moment the characters are in there. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting because I have to go through SAG and all that for this project. But
I can help you with that if you need to.
Yeah, and with COVID and all that going on, like, it might be one of those things where until they get to a point where it's not as chaotic as they are right now with all the testing. Hopefully we get to a point. Hopefully we get to a point where that's not like that anymore, and there's another way to just it to be looser and freer, and a way to do it with the union. I'm gonna make this movie, but if the union doesn't and we can't, then it'll be a smaller production, and we will use non-union actors. So that's still a thing to think about in the future. Right now, I'm just trying to get the script that I think is strong enough, interesting enough, and intriguing enough to make. So that's what my quarantine has been. I live in this room. I make streams. I do streams for people, and I literally write notes on my phone. I write notes, and all of this. And I have all the notes connected through all my stuff. So at any point, I can write on the toilet on my phone or sit here and write. So I have it set up so at any point, some information, no matter how stupid it is, I can write it down. That's my process. And I've gone through,
I think you need to keep Mary and Ryan in it simply for the fact that it would be like the most epic crossover thing. Like, like on TV shows, they have like 2 different TV shows that cross over and like join together to do it like a thing. It's like epic, Herb.
I agree.
Filmmaking thing that you need to make happen.
Maybe. Okay, so for you guys, if you guys haven't, that's fine. Have you guys seen my other movie, Welcome to Peace?
I have not.
I started when I was in the waiting room at the doctor, and then they called me in, and I haven't finished it.
That
I was
movie.
Like, no.
So if we connected the herbivorse or herbiverse, whatever the word is, let's not probably use that.
Herbiverse.
Let's call it like the reality. We'll use reality, second reality, somewhere on there. If we connected them all, the second reality. If we connected a second reality together, it would be chapter 32 into this feature, and then in the near future after it would be Welcome to Peace.
Okay.
So Welcome to Peace is what happens because there's a company in it, and what happens if this company grew and became Cyberdyne to a degree, That's what all kind of Welcome to Peace is. So they're so radically different, but this one will.
Is that one on YouTube?
Yes, and for our perk people, we will do this Q&A / movie night again in a week on Thursday with Welcome to Peace, and we will have at the moment. I think we're gonna have to be determined, but at the moment I think we're gonna have Joe McCormick, which is the lead of it, and we're gonna have Joe Beth Wagner, who is another part of it. So we will do this again next week with them, but that's to be determined because life happens and we're all stuck at home. So yeah.
2 people I love dearly.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Joe. I miss Joe Beth. I miss both of you.
Joe Beth was gonna come today. I wonder if she's in the chat. Joe Beth, are you here?
I saw her earlier in the chat somewhere.
Yeah, she was asking me about it yesterday. So if she's here, that lovely lady will join us, and we'll have a conversation about that movie. But yeah, so now you know. I'm working on it. I'm hoping that I can get over the issue I have right now with my script. It's a constant roller coaster, and I'm constantly adding layers, and I'm constantly trying to make it as horrible as possible for the characters, But at the same time, I'm trying to find the realism in it, and the what can I do to pull him through the ringer, and that's the hard part I think for me, because like what I have right now for the first. So I'm at 80 something pages, Camille. So I'm at 80 something pages. And the first 40, 30, like the shit that happens to him and how it's set up, it's very much different for me, that I love it because it's not complicated, but we do jump. It's not a linear story by any means. Like we jump back and forth, and then I have all these layers to it that hopefully an audience will pick up because that's going to distinguish moments. But man, like, yeah, I already feel sad for him. Like, it's one of those where I'm like, I'm writing, I feel bad for him. He's at this moment, he has an opportunity, and I'm like, I already feel like bad for him. What am I gonna do to like light him on fire? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what can I do to make it worse? And that's what I'm working on. I'm having the most difficulties on the second half. What is it? It's the second half of the second act, which is where everything just kind of, I have the ending's already done. I know my ending. Like, my ending is fucking, like, it most likely won't change because it's so specific. But yeah. And then the beginning is also very specific in a completely different way. So I say that now knowing that I'm working the middle. But once I work the middle and everything changes, then I'm going to go, now I have to, so it's flowing, reshape everything else. So this is a thing I've never done before. I've never done a feature. I've tried to make a feature when I was in college a long, long time ago. And then that one wasn't right. So I didn't make it because I have to feel like something's right. But yeah. But yeah. What?
It's hard to do a feature,
Yeah.
like especially like on a budget and everything. It's just people don't realize how much work actually really goes into, even for just the short film for chapter 32. Like, there's a lot of work that goes in before and after.
Yep. Sitting on my computer.
Especially if you want to try to make it look as high budget as you can, you still have to rent equipment and beg your friends to come work for free.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
like, please run sound for me. It's so vital. You know, like things like that, where it's like you just have to be really super creative about how you get the job done. But it requires so much equipment and so much time and so much effort from everybody involved.
Yeah.
So a feature is a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
know.
I want to do this short film, and it's just like so daunting because I have to work with VFX, which I've never worked with before. I've never actually hired a VFX artist, and I'm just like, okay, we can get a lot of people to work for pizza, you know, like our friends.
Yeah.
We're all really creative and we all love to work on stuff, and this is a short, so it's not. But like the VFX person, I'm just like, I need to find somebody that understands what you want, and then it's just like, that's a new element I've never had to work with before.
There's always, I feel like anytime you make anything creative, or specifically in media, there's always one thing where you're like, I don't know anything about this. Yeah. And you just have to go, all right, this is what I'm learning this time, you know? And so, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I can probably name one thing I've learned off everything I've made, you know?
Oh, for sure.
And yeah, and it's just like, and I'm sure there's more that are all subconscious, and there's like the one or two that I'm like, no, I learned this. And if someone went, what about this moment? I'll be like, oh, fuck, I did learn that from there, you know? And it just doesn't click because you're so focused on the moment that really change your direction on how to deal with a specific moment in time. But, yeah. Chapter 32, guys. Creative. Let me look at the chat again, see if I missed anything. Jo Beth is here. The lovely Jo Beth. We're going to have her next week. Unless she, I don't know.
Running on the beach is annoying.
So, yeah, we've done 2 movies now that we were in the beach. So, yours was the easy one, Mal, because you were just stuck in that section. If you go look at Dear Elle, we had her running, and I was running after her from an angle, and we were there for longer. We got some good cinematic shots, but man, it was like 10-second increments. We were just running, and you're like, run! Oh, and you're just trying to keep it, like, I had to get a little gimbal on my phone and stuff. I don't even know if we had the gimbal for this movie, but yeah, like, it's a thing, you know? Good thing about Peace that we didn't have for our movie was in Peace, we had a guy who dealt with sound. Like, someone we know from one of our jobs was like, hey, I'm a sound guy. That's my thing. Let me help. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Dude killed it. Killed it. Audio on that one is great. And then another guy was like, dude, I'm a cinematographer. I'm like, what? all right, use them, great. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep using these guys, because again, like me, you're just trying to create, you're trying to do stuff, and they're freaking talented. So I'm gonna bring them back from that. The audio process took a while. So he's like, I might need more people when we get to the feature. I'm like, let's wait till we get there, because like we got to keep it small. We don't know what it is until we know what it is.
And audio is always so important. I feel like that's like one of the most important parts of the whole shoot is audio.
Yeah.
And it's always the most looked over. Like the one that everybody always puts the least amount of time and effort into it because they're like, oh, it's just audio. And it's like, no, dude, if your audio sucks, your whole film sucks.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yep. Have you guys worked on anything recently?
I mean,
Well,
not during COVID.
I mean, yeah. I shot something right before COVID. It's supposed to come out soon-ish. I don't really know. Want me to plug it, Herb?
If you want, you don't have to. It's up to you.
I will plug it. All right. So I was lucky enough to get cast in a feature film called Death Alley, and it is a historical fiction film. So it's based off of the Dalton Gang, the old Western gang from like the 1890s. And so I play the main gang leader's love interest. And I got to fly out to Kansas and shoot for a couple days, and it was so much fun. It was amazing. Had an incredible time all the way around. So that is called Death Alley. It's supposed to come out at the end of this year sometime. Hopefully that still happens. We're still in talks for distribution, but we're so excited. Can't wait to see a trailer or anything about that. And then my theater company is Ammunition Theater Company, and we are going to be involved in a digital theater festival that is coming at the end of this month. So I will be in a show representing Ammunition Theater Company. It's called The Token, written by Bernardo Cubria, and I'm starring in it with Malcolm Barrett. And yeah, that's going to be coming up here in the next couple weeks. So that's exciting.
Yeah, let us know more about it when you know it. And you should post stuff in our Discord because people love supporting each other in our little community. So you should totally, if you get images or trailers, let me know and we'll put it in there.
I will let you know. Yeah, it's like a digital thing. So we're filming it, but it's a play that we're filming over Zoom basically, and then we're putting it out like a festival in a couple weeks.
That sounds awesome. I'll watch all of it.
Yay!
And we'll plug that on the Discord. What about you, Camille? Do you have anything going on that happened before COVID, during COVID? You being creative? You know.
I mean, well, being creative always. I mean, I mostly did just like my COVID has been making masks for everybody. That's been like my
unsung hero.
My whole last few months. No, actually, I decided that I think I'm going back to school.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you going to study? Or do you, if you want to say, it's up to you.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I don't really care. I got into SCAD for themed entertainment.
Nice. Congrats.
And so I decided, though, not to go this semester, and I will go in spring. So I'm just like taking some art classes locally so that I can potentially transfer with more credits and not have to spend a fortune per semester.
So SCAD's in art school. South Carolina or where?
Georgia.
Georgia. Congratulations. Going to SCAD. What is it? How long? Is that like a 2, 3 year, 4 year? What is it?
I don't know. It depends on how many credits I can transfer. It'll probably be about 2.5 years, 3.
Oh, you should tell people about also your talents with your winning dress and your. Oh. We should have had that video. I could have totally played it during the stream.
Yeah, so I'm actually going in for themed entertainment and fashion design. I asked if I could minor in both, and also like when I asked the admissions was like, hey, so I know that I'm not going to be a fashion major, but can I still participate in the fashion show? And be like, can I just like, can I weasel my way into that and still participate in it? And they were like, that's a question you're going to have to ask when you get there. But
well, fingers crossed, because you definitely have the talent. So.
Thank you. Thanks.
You want to tell people? You want to tell people? Because I can do it. You want to tell people the story of your win and your dress and.
In
talents?
2016,
yes.
My wonderful, that was a fun time. At Comic-Con, I created this Marauder's map gown, where the map appears and disappears onto the dress as my model was walking down the runway. A couple people in this chat and in this room were there. And yeah, it was lots of fun. I mean, it wasn't for me that day. Like, it really wasn't. Like, now I appreciate it. But, like, that day, like, 2 days before my circuit board fried, it was a hot mess. I didn't think I was going to have a dress on the runway. It was, like, a complete shit show. We had never tested the gown before she walked down the runway. Oh, yeah, the custom shoes. Yeah, I painted these custom Harry Potter Marauders maps, Gryffindor shoes for my model. But, yeah. And so she was off on the runway, and there was nothing we could do. And then they announced that I won, and I was just standing there on the runway, like, looking around, being like, there's nobody going to claim it. They just announced someone. And then looked up and realized it was my name.
And
Yeah,
and
so I
then
won.
and from that you got to design another dress.
We'll design a whole collection for
Yes.
Hot Topic,
For
the
Hot
Wonder
Topic.
Woman collection.
Yeah, and yours
So,
was
and actually,
awesome.
yeah, the winners from last year designed this year's Wonder Woman collection for the film. And that's a really cool collection, too. I just got actually a couple of my pieces in today that just came in. But yeah, so I got to design the Wonder Woman collection for the first film, and then the winners last year designed it for this year.
So if you're watching and you have a Wonder Woman dress that's reversible to another dress,
Yeah.
and you got it at Hot Topic, she probably designed it.
Yep, that's
So if
me.
you did, let
I
us
see
know.
people. I saw, what was it, last year we were at Ren Fair, and some girl was wearing it. And I just ran up to her, and I was like, oh my God, that's my dress. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, I designed it. And she goes, this is my favorite dress ever. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember going, I
love
think
that.
it was to cons after that. Once
Yeah.
it was released, going cons, and I'm like, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, Camille's Wonder Woman, Camille's Wonder Woman, Camille's Wonder Woman. I know that person.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, hey, Megan Francis. The Her Universe fashion show at Comic-Con, it was the Geek Couture fashion show. If you look it up, there's some really really creative people. It's, yeah, I almost, like, I feel bad saying this because I would not take, like, I won and I'm really happy I did, but I almost wish I didn't because I have so many other things I want to make for that show, and now I can't participate anymore.
Oh, really? So once you win, you're out? You're done?
Yeah, and that was my first year, and I won. I was like,
That's hilarious. Hey, we can dress you up. They don't have to know it's you.
right?
And then it'll be
No,
like,
I keep saying, like, they want to do something where they bring back, like, the previous winners, and I'm like, please do, because there's a lot of us that still want to do stuff, and
Yeah.
it's
Heck
the
yeah.
only show. Yes, Nene, apply, because I can like ghost design. I can totally make. No, and my best friend was like, I'll submit, and then I'm like, okay, I'll make your dress, but if you win, I'm designing that collection.
You're like, I'm a designer now. Give me a sketchbook, send it to you. Draw something.
Like this.
That's what you're gonna do.
But yeah, cool. Does anybody have any questions about these lovely ladies or the movie or anything? This is your chance to ask, because we're getting to the point.
Oh, I
near
did
the
find
end.
this picture.
Try to find a
Well,
picture.
Let me find it. No, I found this picture of on set that I took, and I had pulled it up earlier, and then I lost it. Let me find it. Oh my God, so many things. I take way too many pictures.
She's getting a picture, guys. She's getting a picture.
Hold on.
Hold for picture.
Hold for picture, please.
Hold for picture. Everybody holds the picture. So in the film world, when you say hold for picture, they're trying to get the picture. So you're holding for it. That's what
Can't find it anymore.
hold
Okay, it doesn't matter.
means. You're waiting.
My favorite is hold for airplane.
Hold for plane.
During Up in Smoke, during Up in Smoke, we had a cricket issue in one of the bars that we shot in. No joke. And so it was one of those things where it would be dead quiet. There's no noise. Start rolling, the cricket would start going off. And it became a problem because we couldn't get it to stop. So we would go and hit like the bar, and it would stop, and we're like, roll. And we'd get like 15 seconds before the cricket would start again. Man, at that point I was still learning. Yeah,
It's festival.
that's us
From
three
the festival.
from the festival. We won an internal film festival for Universal and you got a little third place little trophy. So that was
Super
freaking
fun.
cool.
Where's your little crystal trophy?
Oh, you want to see it?
Oh yeah, that's right. You did get a little thing. I thought I had more pictures from actual day on set.
Ah.
Oh, I have one of me trying on the ring and being like, I was like, I
So-
miss those glasses.
I don't know if people can see what it says.
There it is.
It says Universal Studios. There's here's the cool thing. If you look inside, there's a little 3D printed film camera. See if I turn it around. You can kind of see it right there. Oh, that's right. Oh, doing it backwards works better. There you go.
What?
So there's a film
Oh, I
camera
see
in there.
it. Yeah.
See it, and it's literally in this block. So if I turn it sideways, you can kind of see the
Yeah, you can
the
see
camera
it.
is actually 3D, right?
So cool.
And then this is Universal, and this is Ush Film Festival 2018. So this is 2018. My thumb is in the way of third. So we got third. It was an audience vote, and it was really close. All the films
It
were
was close.
Yeah.
were
But all the films were great.
Yeah.
I was like really surprised, like the amount of talent, and there were some really good ones.
yeah.
It was really, really good.
I was shocked we got third. To be honest, I was like,
I mean,
here's hoping,
honestly,
but
same. I was like, it'd be great if we did, but I wasn't expecting it at all. And then, like, you could kind of see it was like a live vote, so you could see
Yeah.
like the tallies going up, and I was like, what is happening?
it was like
Oh
a
my
race
God.
car where it was like something you worked on, you
It's
spent
like
your
you-
day on, like might do well, might not,
I
might
mean-
crash, but
Some
Is
of
there-
them were, so that's the thing. Some of them were really good, and then some of them are like, it's every film festival, you know. That's
Yeah.
how it is. Like, there's some that are like super great. Like the one that really stands out was, what was it, the Bachelor or the Bachelorette
Yeah,
party
that was the one that got first place.
They got
That was the
first.
one that got first place, and that one
Yeah.
was so good.
It was
And then there
so
was
funny.
another, I can't remember what got second, and then we got third.
the second was
But
the
I
black
was
and white
like-
one, the black and white one with the guy who was
Oh,
like down
the black
Hollywood
and white one.
Boulevard. It was the same
That's
actor
right.
too. It was the same actor from the first one, and it was him like it was super long, and he was talking about,
Yes.
but it was great, like.
Yeah.
Like everything he talks
that's
about
right.
another actor and like his beliefs and dresses up and goes to Hollywood Boulevard, and I remember watching it going, what is this? And by the end of it I'm like, that's freaking beautiful. Like
Yeah, it was.
That's a
That's
great
right.
movie.
That's right.
that's why I was like,
And then there was some other. Yeah.
I was shocked that where I'm like that we placed. Like it means a lot to me. I was like, this made me want to go back to making this stuff because I used to make stuff all the time and I kind of stopped because life kind of like punches you in the face. So
Hey, we were good.
Yeah.
We did good.
I was like, yeah, I think this thing helped me. I'm tapping it. This thing helped me go, I need to keep making stuff because I remember how happy I am when I make stuff.
It was the same with my dress. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was like, that's the validation you needed.
Yeah.
Like, you needed that to just be like, yes, this is what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I felt that, and
For
I, you know,
sure.
there's always something that kicks you in the face, and you just stop. And it did. But then when this hit, like, I was like, yeah, can I keep doing that? When people actually go, hey, I like your movie, like, that just means a lot. So, you gotta try, right?
Yeah.
You gotta try.
Yep. Not bad for a day of collaboration and an iPhone.
The magic of the iPhone.
Proof that you can do a lot with very little.
Yeah. So
There we
true.
go. Yeah. So, yes, it's really nice. And again, it means a lot. So, it was these ladies and the awesome Nene, Janine, who helped. Janine was my right-hand woman. And I would go,
Janine was a badass that
She
day.
was a
I mean,
badass.
she's always a badass, but
Yeah.
I mean, she did so great that day. She was amazing. She was everywhere.
she
Like,
was everywhere.
I would like turn around and she'd be like doing the jobs of 15 people.
Yeah. And she killed it. It was like, nay. I was like, this is our issue. She's like, I got it. And would run off. And I'm like, all right, cool. I can keep going on the path I need to take, which is going in the through line of what I need. And I'm like, and she would just be like the Flash. She'd be like, "Vroom, got it here. Hip, 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 hip." And then my location, I'm like, I'm in location. She's like, give me a second. All right, you can film here. Cool. I need a dog. I got a dog. I'm like, you have a dog? She's like, I have a dog. It's a cute dog. When did you get a dog? She's like, I always had a dog. You never told me about this dog. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, you didn't. Yeah, I have a dog. Can I see your dog? Yeah, let me send you a picture. Fuck, that's a cute dog. She's like, I know. And then the dog showed up and it was cute. Like, it was literally just a... So, mad respect to Nay and Nay.
Yes.
It was literally a 4-person crew. Us 3 and Nay. That was it. I know someone asked about Nay's part. There's 2 versions of the film. I showed you guys the extended version. The other version doesn't have Nay in it. Initially, when we were making it for a very specific film festival that had requirements. So I had to put Nay in there to fit the requirements. But and that's the version we won this trophy. We got it off that version of the movie. The version on YouTube is the same movie. It's just Nay's cut out. So Nay's character is kind of like adding to the lovability. I don't know if that's the correct word, but how I wanted the audience to feel about Mallory's character, which is a dog. You see a dog, they're cute. The dog loves her. She loves the dog. Again, make this character look as cute and lovable and peaceful as you can, then call her a bitch, and the whole audience then gets confused as all fuck. And that's what I did. So that was the role of Nay's character, which was the owner of the dog, going, again. It's supposed to be kind of like a little funny like moment. But yeah, on YouTube, I think the version on there doesn't have Nay in it. It's just them 2 and the back of my head and my voice, but you don't ever see me. But yeah. So that's the story. I know someone asked it earlier about Nay. But the lovely Nay is talented as AF, if you guys don't know this already. So hit her up to buy goods. I don't know what goods, but I'm sure she'll find it. What else? What else am I missing? And I feel like I'm missing something. Have we gone through everything? You make dresses. You have a movie coming out.
I don't know.
I think we went through everything. I think hopefully we got all the questions. Nay makes cookies. So if you want to buy some cookies off
I
Nay,
want cookies.
dude, they're bomb. They are bomb. Buy cookies from Nay. Like, I'm warning you now.
Do you deliver? Like,
She might.
We
can
do
you
like a
just ship them?
Yeah, like a drive-by cookie toss. Like,
She
ship
brought
them.
me cookies for streams, and I would show the streams, and then everybody would get mad that they didn't have cookies, and then would start hitting her up for cookies on my streams because I would show them.
That's what I want.
But
now,
she would
the
come and drop them
chocolate
off with a
cookie.
mask. But again, I know her. You guys know her too. So you guys can ask her if she's doing that. But yeah, man, her cookies. I also have a.
That's it. Tomorrow I'm getting cookies.
I also have another. My other bestie. She makes healthy donuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you want healthy protein donuts, in the chat you type in !donuts, and then you can get information about that for people in the LA area. So there it is. People are typing it. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, if you ever want to try a healthy donut, it's really more like a cake in donut form, but they're good.
Ooh.
You know. So that's from my bestie Jenna. Yeah. If we have no more questions, that's pretty much. We're coming to the end of our little stream.
I miss you guys.
I miss you. I miss both of you guys. Like, this whole thing is weird, but it's like it's a gift and a curse. And so the creative process is the gift. Everything else is the curse. So
I finished Netflix. No, literally, like, this is, like, I finished all of Netflix. This is what actually, oh, guys, actually, I do want to talk about something.
Oh.
I don't know if they're still doing it,
Uh-huh.
but there's a website called Postcards to Swing States, if you have time.
Okay.
They might all be distributed, but you can still donate or do something like that, where they send you a postcard. I got Florida.
Nice.
So to swing states, and you handwrite postcards telling people to get their ass up and go fucking vote on November 3rd.
Nice.
Because, so I have a registry, like they send you a list of a bunch of people that either are like on the fence about voting or are registered but haven't voted. I'm not really sure what the deal is. And I pretty much write them a specific message, and then you have to pay for shipping. It's 35 cents per postcard. But yeah, so if
Support
you guys
the
wanna
post
know,
office.
Yes, support
right?
the post
A, it
office.
supports USPS, and then it also gets people off their asses to go vote. This, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah. Vote on November 3rd. If you're watching this, you better go vote.
And if it's past
But yeah,
November
so go
4th,
check it out.
if
You
past
want to
this
go
date.
handwrite postcards or donate or see how you can get involved. Yeah.
Yes. So if this is before November 3rd of 2020, please go vote. And if it's after that date and you didn't vote, you might have messed up. So go vote, help the post office, and let's do good. Cool.
Yeah.
Any last words from you ladies?
Thanks for having us, Herb.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have you, and we'll have another conversation about something else. Maybe it'll be just a conversation about, like, maybe we'll just do one of these with us, and we'll just talk about the creative process and nothing else. Because I will do the stream. Like, this one, obviously, it's geared for all the subscribers and all of you guys. So, again, thank you, everybody who's supporting the streams and helping us continue doing it. Because it gets rough sometimes, but I appreciate you guys. So, please continue doing it. We'll have another one in a week. And also, yeah, because if we do one, we won't close it off. We'll keep it open to everybody. It won't be closed off just for these people. And then if you guys want to replay this video, it will be placed on the aSecondReality YouTube. So, again, exclamation socials gives you all the socials. You go check it out by tomorrow or possibly even tonight. So, yeah.
Quick.
Cool. Thank you, ladies. Go ahead.
Sorry. If you want to follow us on Instagram,
Yes.
Herb has our Instagram handles posted around our names here. So
Yes. So there you
give us a follow.
Give them a follow. Show them the love right there. Mallory Felt at Mallory Felt and at Mika Falciola. I always say that wrong, I feel, but I feel like that was close. So I'm gonna pat myself in the back. Go follow them. Show them some love to the Twitch community and to the
I post some cool
YouTube.
stuff.
You what?
I said I post some cool memes. I'm definitely like all about my stories.
All about I'm all over the place, but it depends on which stories you look at. So yeah, cool. All right, guys, thanks again for coming. Thanks for supporting. And with that, I'll see you guys in a week. And tomorrow, like usual, is game night. Tuesdays and Fridays, Jackbox game nights.
Okay.
Come and play. All right.
Yeah.
And with that, it's a wrap. Good night, everybody.